The city is finishing construction on the brick street on University Avenue, but it's not just any brick street. Good evening, everyone. I'm Ethan Millers.
And I'm Daniel Litwin. The street is one of only 9 of its kind in Columbia and hasn't been fixed in more than 30 years. KMUH's Jacob Seus tells us how University Avenue residents and historians are adapting.
The brick street on University Avenue has been in place since 1911 and hasn't been repaired in over 30 years.
Honestly, I usually avoid it.
But its residents are not fans of the historic brick. Since they were originally laid down, the bricks have sat under a layer of rock and dirt, but the city is putting a layer of concrete under the bricks to make it a little smoother for drivers. John Kiley has lived on University Avenue for the last 2 years and thinks one of the worst parts about living on the street is dealing with the bricks.
Especially if there's other people in the car, it sort of just bounces everyone around, and I definitely know people who have scraped the bottom of their cars because there's just bumps.
Kiley has one idea to make his commute a little more enjoyable.
Well, if they're going to put in new bricks, I think they should just pave the road, honestly.
People have been calling for that for quite some time, but it's not that easy. In March of 2014, the city adopted the brick street policy to preserve the historic nature and beauty of the brick streets. Brent Gardner is a real estate agent in Columbia and worked with the city to write the policy. He said the commission had to sit down with the city to get them to realize the value of the bricks.
It was this long-term pressure on them to sit down and talk about it and showing them examples of other cities that are using their bricks in a positive way.
Gardner no longer works with the commission, but is still known as the brick guy.
I get contacted all the time like, hey, the city just dug this up and tossed the bricks aside. And then I'll contact Public Works and they'll say, no, we're going to pallet those and we're going to do it right. We understand. We know what we're doing.
For someone like Kiley who wants the street paved, Gardner would tell him about not only the economic impact, but the value of the street. So for now, the bricks will stay, but the city hopes everyone can begin to enjoy them. Jacob Seus, KOMU8 News, Columbia.
The city hopes to have the funding in the future to keep fixing the brick streets.